Let's finish this.
This is fucking epilogue shit, dude. Look at the flowchart.
In a minute.
This one says transition of extinct species.
Thaddeus, you're at risk of doing double duty. Do you want me to take one?
Take Clover.
I'll take Clover.
Or you'll take
I'll
Clover.
give you
I was
Snake.
thinking you take Snake.
Alright.
And he takes Clover.
We need to hurry it up or we're going to end up in the pages of a book like that. Let's look at the flow chart. Oh my fuck!
Holy shit! Maybe we should.
I don't think we're gonna be able to finish this tonight.
No, we are not. I have to wake up. You have to wake up, and Thaddeus has to wake up. We need to go
I
to
don't really have
bed.
to wake up. I just need to do my homework.
Ah, man, we gotta finish the escape room though.
Yeah, we do.
Alright.
Paleontology. This one's about fossils, right? Ammonites.
Ammonites.
Ammonites. Thank you. That's ammonites?
Yes.
Ammonites are pretty nasty looking.
Mother Nature.
I would have assumed that was a shorter word.
Is that some sort of book about hippie chicks?
Probably not. Except perhaps... No, not that word!
Tangentially.
The word I can't say. Why do you appear as soon as I was given a character? Probably not.
Tangentially.
Except perhaps tangential. It's most likely about environmental protection.
I was just trying to make a joke.
I don't know why I can't say that word.
It's just tangent and
it's
chili.
tangent and an illy.
Yeah, that's the thing. You're fucking it up by putting it as tangent. It should be tangent and then chili. That's how you're fucking it up.
Meh. Dude, hippie chicks, really?
Why did mankind lose their tails? Junpei, do you know what this one's about?
Why are you asking me? I didn't even know we had tails to lose. Maybe you should ask a human with a tail. Mankind's ancestors most likely lost their tails as they were no longer useful and the nutrients required to grow them were better put to use elsewhere. At least that's what I read. I was rather young. I may have remembered it incorrectly.
Huh? Why the hell would a kid be reading a book like that?
Mythology. Creatures of the South Seas, huh? I wonder if this one's got pictures of colorful fish and stuff. Introduction to geology, huh? Thinking about the Earth, even when you're on the ocean. Kinda romantic in a way, I guess.
Who says we're in the ocean?
Theories of the... That's you. Sorry.
Theories of the Cambrian Explosion. Did a bomb go off somewhere near Cambria? It's actually Cambria, I'm just fucking it up.
Wrong kind of explosion. Roughly 500 million years ago during what's known as the Cambrian period, research suggests that the variety of living organisms increased by an order of magnitude. Why that happened is, however, still something of a mystery. There are a number of theories. This book is most likely a collection of them. Micrographia. Ah yes, Robert Hooke's famous work, first published in 1665.
Jason, fucking shut up.
He built a microscope and examined insects, inorganic substances, and other things too small to be seen in detail by human eyes. He then drew pictures of many of the things he'd examined, and published them in a book. I'd hazard a guess this shelf is concerned with natural sciences.
The theory of evolution. Heck, even I know this one. This is that Darwin guy, right?
Well, yes and no. Charles Darwin wrote a book called On the Origin of the Species. In it, he put forth his theory of evolution. Yeah, I remember that part. He called it natural selection. Exactly. Didn't explain who wrote that book, though. There's a note on the table.
Likes to the books. Huh, what does that mean?
Interesting. Well, intelligence often hides itself in darkness. Have you ever thought about the pages of a book? Each page only sees, what, maybe 2 or 3 minutes of light before the reader is on to the next? They spend the rest of their lives locked in darkness. Rather, like myself.
That's horrible. I feel kind of bad for the books now.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I'm not complaining, not at all. I live in the darkness, yes. But that has gifted me with the ability to catch the truths others might miss. I can hear the voices hidden in the darkness, you might say.
Fucking get your edginess out of here. Fuck.
What's the deal with these titles?
They're all just a bunch of gibberish.
Hey, what if we, like, switch them around?
They form one word across the thing. It forms open.
Yup. Switch them around.
Yeah. If we move them around, maybe they'll spell something.
Oh, I get it. Yeah, heck, it's worth a shot.
What?
Open here, find bulb. How about this? Ah, thank you. Open here, find bulb. Open here, find bulb. Looks like putting those books in the right order. Open this thing right up. That was a piece of cake.
Here, find bulb.
Oh,
Oh, hey, look, there's a bulb.
Hooray!
She's so happy
did it,
now.
Junpei.
I love it.
I guess that turned out well enough.
So the letter from the tile spelled out, open here, find bulb.
And we found bulb.
Found bulb.
We found bulb.
Powerful light
Powerful
bulb.
light bulb. The light bulb looks like it's brand new. And it's really big, so it'll make a lot of light.
That's not necessarily true.
All it's here is Faraday's laws of electrolysis. I believe that's going to be about electrolysis in an electrolyte solution. These particular laws were set down by Michael Faraday.
Are they?
Are property values going up out in space too these days? Man, guess times are rough for aliens too.
This one says cosmic inflation.
Puns. Supersymmetric string theory in 10-dimensional space-time.
You can say fucking super symmetric, but you can't say tangential?
Yes.
The fuck?
I can say tangential. I can't say tangential. I can't add the oli.
Tangential is the word you...
I can say that, but I can't do it with the oli.
Tangentially? What the...
Tangentially?
Why?
Don't know. They're just talking about superstring theory. It's a theory of reality where... How to explain? It says that all elements of the universe are governed by the vibrations and harmonics of tiny supersymmetric strings. Could have gone more in depth. What's this? An overview of conformal field theory? Did you give me a snake knowing I'd have to talk to myself fucking constantly? Well, it's a theory that posits an invariant quantum field where conformal transformation can take place.
Well, Snake seems smarter.
Knock
and
it off
more
with the
elaborate.
science voodoo stuff.
So
You
maybe.
trying to put me to sleep?
Let me look at this one.
Quantum gravity. Devin,
Theoretical
do you have any
science
ideas
over here.
This?
How about you start by using real words? Then maybe we'll get somewhere.
Theory of general relativity, huh?
Oh, I know this one. Oh, that's Einstein, right?
So that was theoretical sciences, while the other one were natural sciences. So,
Burp.
I don't think we have time for this shit.
There's a lot of books. What's a picture book like that doing here? Looks like it's about Little League.
It does seem a little weird that it's so different from the others, huh? Maybe you ought to take it with you?
Book.
Ow.
There's a baseball on this one. Come on, Junpei. Let's see what's in it.
I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say it's probably baseball Whoa.
Head.
Or heed.
This is one of those pop-up books, isn't it? It says HEAD.
Head? You mean like where my brain is? In my head? Functions of the human brain, huh?
Oh,
I guess this is a book about the nervous system. I'd love to ask you to read it to me, but I don't think we have the time.
I'm kind of curious about it too. There's gotta be a reason why people connect with each other, you know?
Principles of monkey behavior, huh? I'd imagine that's a book describing praxeology studies on monkeys. Yeah,
Praxeology.
I can say praxeology, but not
Tangentially.
I'm not doing this on purpose either. That's the infuriating part.
That's fine, but it's still tangentially.
Monkeys are very similar to humans evolutionarily, so I imagine the research was fruitful, like bananas.
Oh look, Seven. Here's a book that's perfect for you.
Oh sure, insult the man.
It's called Correction of Muscle.
Correlation.
Correlation? Yeah, correlation of muscle, bone density, and bone strength. I can read, I promise.
You're just saying that because it says muscle.
Book is just called Dissection. This bookshelf must be all medical books. From what I can tell, it sounds as though these books have been organized by genre. This library must be massive. I'm rather impressed by how well organized it is. Human equilibrium theory.
Human anatomy.
Regeneration of internal organs.
Ancient gladiators. What's this book doing here? Maybe they were researching human physical limits across history?
They're a good person to look at. Look, this one's called Recreation of Lost Human Functions. You think they're talking about if you, like, lose part of your body, then you could grow it back?
I don't think so. Maybe they're talking about reconstructing abilities that humankind once possessed. In other words, they may be talking about cultivating a sixth sense.
It sounded like they were talking about getting someone's sight back if they lost it.
Dissection Atlas, huh? This whole shelf is full of medical books. And I think that's all these. And now we're back to here, which is that. This.
Gotta go down. Did this already.
Introduction to geology. Making sure. So we've been there, have been here.
Huh. It's another one of those kids' picture books. It looks a lot like the other one we found.
Look.
Cowboys and Indians. This one has some Native American on the cover. Hey Junpei, take a look at this one.
Native Americans, huh? Maybe it's got some. Whoa.
Thick. Yeah, I can
Kill.
see.
I can't make the K have it there correctly, but those are the necessary letters.
Yes, it's one of them pop-up book, right? Or that's a weird way to say that.
That's an R.
R?
Where's the R?
Where's there an R?
L, R, and K in it.
Can't make any sense of them though. Where's the R? Large, round, and kinky? Are you serious? Nah, probably not. Where's the R? There's no R. Bro, there's no R.
I don't know.
Oh, that isn't. If they're doing a lowercase R there.
Where?
Hey James, there is no L and R, and do remember the plep room.
Yeah, there's no.
What?
There's no L or R in Japanese. Well, there's R.
Oh, yeah.
The same sound.
Yeah.
The plep room. My favorite room. This one's called History of the Western World. Well, I'd assume it's about European history. Yeah. Just gonna leave it at that, Snake. Doesn't seem like you. Ah.
Oriental History. Maybe this one's about China's 4,000 years of history or something.
Hey, Chinese history and Oriental history aren't the same thing.
And they're pretty similar.
Pretty much the same thing.
As Oriental History refers to anything in the Asian continent.
Of the
Anything in
Orient.
the Orient.
Yeah. History of the medieval period. Maybe it's about Sir Lancelot?
Isn't he just a story? I don't think you're gonna find a guy who didn't really exist. Yeah, I don't think you're gonna find a guy who didn't really exist in a history book.
He actually did exist.
Yeah.
History of Buddhism. Alright.
Look, this one says Cultural Heritage of Rome.
I think we hurt
Yes.
his feelings. He hasn't talked.
Bet that's gonna be a serious inheritance tax. Permian creatures, sorry. Seems a little fancy for some kind of prehistoric critter. Fuck. Not to mention most of them were likely reptiles and amphibians without hair. I can't imagine they had much need of perms.
That's got nothing to do with this.
What's
Hellenism.
Hellenism?
I think it's something like a fusion of Greek and Oriental culture.
No.
Hey, look at this. This book's called Greek Mythology.
Damn, that thing's huge. It's all Zeus's fault. Can't imagine anyone actually read this whole thing. I have read one. Pretty sure it just put me to sleep. No, it wouldn't. Go away.
It might.
No,
It might.
it doesn't. I loved it.
Big opening is the door to the library. Pretty impressive.
Literally, Zeus
Almost
put
looks
his
like
junk in
door
the earth and
to a
created
shrine
the
or
thing.
a church or
Funny.
something. And then the door after it, and then a passageway beyond that. You know, that passageway is a door with that Neptune symbol engraved on it. Hurry up, we need to find the key with the mark of Neptune.
Okay,
She just jumped on the screen.
that sounds like a job for the
This
best
is so
brother and sister
happy.
team in the world.
Man, it's like 7 and I don't even exist. More books! Fucking
Oh,
more books. The Pythagorean Theorem. This is a famous one. Sounds like there are a number of math books in this section.
Skip this section, please. Skip this section, please.
Algebraic number
Fuck
theory.
off. Go away. Can we leave?
Algebraic number
What
theory.
the-
Math, huh?
There's another one like that over here.
You mean something like primary number theory, or analytical number theory, or geometry?
Oh my gosh, how did you know? Nobody said anything about those.
Well, number theory is usually split into 4 chief disciplines. If there was a book named Algebraic Number Theory, I took a wild guess that the other
never
3 would be there as well. Looks like I was right. I'm allergic to math. That kind. The hell is this? Isn't that a German mathematician? Maybe it's a compilation of his work? How would I know? Owen, huh? Owen isn't enough to go on. Perhaps it's about the English Revolutionary? Lee Burden is...
This book is in German. It looks like it's the complete works of something.
I've never heard of it. Well, if Snake doesn't know what it is, I don't think we'll ever know.
Sheldrake?
Sheldrake. Sheldrake. Isn't Shielddrake.
What?
Alright.
What? It says Rieman's hypothesis. I have no clue what this is. What is this the hypothesize with a Ryman? Isn't it pretty straightforward?
Heavens, though, there are many factors: length, girth, lubrication, or lack of. It's an
Okay.
exciting
I don't know what this
rapidly
is, and
growing field.
It's not helping. Whoa.
The fuck is that?
Something that has many factors and is a rapidly growing field.
That's a weird book, Junpei. Indian mathematics. Haha. That's funny.
Why is that funny? This one's Gold Box Conjecture.
Conjecture? What's it about? Like magic or psychic stuff or something? Right, I bet it's about jewelry, isn't it?
It may have an odd title, but it's actually a very respectable mathematics book. It deals with one of the unsolved problems of additive number theory.
Ugh, sorry I said anything. Look, let's not get into this right now, okay? So many math books.
Modern Japanese literature, huh?
There's
What's
a red
this?
book over there.
Origin of Japanese folklore. Looks like there are a bunch of books about Japanese culture here. Mostly ones about folklore, though.
Is that supposed to be ramen?
Well, folklore can cover a wide range of subjects. History, urban life, religious trends, environmental changes, oral traditions. Folklore can cover all those things if you know where to look.
This looks pretty deep.
Agriculture and historical organizations and folklore.
And then the red book. Hey, there's another one of those picture books here. Something about these feels kind of nice, you know? Brings back good memories.
I guess even people like Seven were once kids. Or kids once.
Oh shit, you little brat.
Hey guys, cool it. Alright, I think I'm gonna take this picture book with me. And now I search. It's got a magic wand on it. Okay,
Oh, such a pain.
so what's inside? Well, aren't you going to
Tale
open
of
it?
Old Japan.
Pretty sure it's just gonna have pages
Did they
inside.
call it a
Smart.
magic
Whoa!
wand?
Pop-up book. Looks like another pop-up book. The book has an S, an E, a dash, and the number 5 sticking out of it. I might be impressed if I was 5. What?
It's pop-up books for kids. So if he was 5,
Gotcha.
he might be impressed by the book.
But my brain went, but he is 5 with the bracelet.
And I get judged for having fucking thought processes like that.
Let's see what we got here. So many books here. I wonder what this one's. Whoa, what is this? Worm.
Oh. Sorry.
No, I'm sorry.
Hey, what's the deal with this sappy stuff?
I don't know.
What just happened?
I don't know. Bunch of books on folklore and myth. Books
kinda
in all sorts of
random
languages. There's something suspicious about the shelf on the left. Well, I'll look at that in a minute. Iron plates bolted down. Don't think it's a door, just a wall. Ah, sure, you can go
Nope.
down, up things instantly. You can't go down things instantly.
Can you click on that shelf?
I
Yeah,
can.
That one.
Couple of books on the glass shelf. From left to right, they say volume 632415. Middle of the glass door is a cylinder lock. You know, the kind of lock where you rotate the numbers around till you get the right ones. What the hell is this? It's like they just gave us the answer. Guess I might as well give it a shot. 6. No, let me. Okay. 42315.
6-3.
632415.
Yes. You did, Junpei. Yay!
I don't know why, but I don't really feel particularly happy about being praised for that. Whatever. At least the lock's open now. Let's see if we can get it open, alright? Light bulb.
Another light bulb.
Fuse. It feels like a light bulb. Pretty high wattage, too, unless I missed my guess. It should generate quite a bit of light. All 6 books seem to be pointing at the cylinder number lock. Okay. Why was that the puzzle? Small enclosure with 6 sides. There are 3 of these things that kind of look like music stands. Maybe if I put them on top of the stands. 3 lights in this thing. They're very bright, though.
Hey, didn't we find some kind of really powerful light bulb earlier? Why don't you put why don't you put it in one of those lights?
Yeah. Well, it'll get a lot brighter, but...
But if there are 3 lights, that means 3 light bulbs. There won't be much point unless we can replace all 3 bulbs. We need 3 light bulbs, huh?
What are we missing then?
Missing the puzzle. It has to be this thing, right?
Has to be. I think those books have to do with the fucking other thing. Because there's 3 shelves and we found 3 books.
Maybe. Small enclosure of 9 sides. Try putting the picture books on the stands.
This is a little weird.
It's gonna make a shadow.
Shield. Something.
Sheldrake.
Sheldrake.
Sheldrake 6, I believe.
Sheldrake on the spine. By a number written on the lower part.
Oh, I Sheldrake 8 because...
Not allowed to look at it yet, because you don't have the high light bulb. Shit. Fuck.
Can you...
We've already figured your puzzle out, you motherfucker.
But what haven't we done?
We may have not clicked on one of those fucking shelves over there. I don't remember clicking on that shelf there. That one should...
They all look pretty damn similar.
Go back. Oh, that's the where we got the first light bulb, I think.
Light bulb.
Yeah.
String theories. There's your history of the medieval period. History, Hellenism.
Okay, so you clicked on... Hold on. Go back.
Gladiators. What?
You clicked on... Like, if you click on it, it clicks on the small section. Try to click on the section next to it. See there?
This is the nose-go zone.
I'm making sure. And that's the same... Maybe up?
Yeah, because we can look at these physically with our fucking human spines.
There's a ladder right there.
Are you telling me 4 people are clambering up this ladder so they can awkwardly comment on each other? Automated robotic assembly line techniques, huh? Also, where do you hide a light bulb in these?
What's that? Some sort of comic book?
Look for a fucking book
Jeez,
that's
I
off.
guess boys really like that stuff, huh?
No, you're thinking of a different sort of robot. This book is talking about automated machinery that's used to build things like cars. Communication and computer science, huh?
Oh?
That's a pretty
Shut up,
generic
that is.
title. To be honest, it's so vague I don't really know what it might be about.
What's that one called? Why are you up here?
It says Foundation of DNA and Genetic Engineering. He climbed up the same ladder everyone else did.
There's 2 ladders.
I said, why are you all up here?
I don't know. An overview of photochemistry.
I think whoever set this up wanted us to see the cover, and not the spine. Let's look at it, okay?
Light bulb.
Looks like there's a whole lot of space behind these books.
Look, Junpei. I think there's something hidden behind the books.
And the thing is that where this is located, we had a decent chance of running around for entirely too long and never finding it. Light bulb.
All of the light bulbs have been found. This is a brand new light bulb. Looks like a pretty high wattage one too. I doubt that. Please no.
Gotta.
God damn it.
Book is called Mind Swap.
I mean, you could
like change bodies with someone. Well, I guess I wouldn't mind switching bodies with my brother or Junpei too much, but I'd rather die than Seven. So let Seven switch with me.
What the hell? I got everyone to swap bodies with a little brat like.
Hey, were you just imagining it? You were!
Shut up.
Yeah, well, he wasn't the only one.
That's weird. Stop it.
Kitab al-Azif. Man, they've got some weird stuff here. I can't even pronounce this one. That's not that one word.
Who's that? Some famous guy?
It's not a person's name. It's the name of a fictional book created by Abdul al-Hazrad. Al-Hazrad? I don't know. It's said to be one of the sources used in the creation of the legendary Book of the Dead, the Necronomicon.
Oh. That was my natural response as well. Yeah. So these are all occult books and stuff?
Occult.
Occult.
Occult, right.
What in the
Occult,
fuck?
same thing.
No, it isn't.
spelled the
Oculate
same.
would be like oculary.
Oculate.
Occult and occult are spelled the same.
Teletemporation and telepathy.
No.
What the hell is this one about? Teletemporation and telepathy.
Well, I know what telepathy is, but I've never heard of teletemporation.
It refers to having the ability to travel through time.
That is.
This one says the golden rabbit and the moon on it. Does that mean it's about a rabbit that lives on the moon? About the harvest moon thing. Rabbits are pretty cute. What's the moon stuff about?
It's talking about the Judas tree that is said to grow on the moon, according to Chinese legend.
Okay, I'm very wrong.
Oh, there's so many top shelves. But it's the same book.
Energy theory, huh? I don't even understand the damn title. Looks like this shelf is all science and technology. Yeah, those are all the same book, even though they're on the other side.
Because the ladders you can see by the arrow.
Energy theory, development of nanotechnological machine, materials, interaction between shortwave energy and matter. What else we got?
Just listening to you read those lines, those titles, it's giving me a headache.
You about to call Eric out there, bud? Can't say I fancy technology stuff, and I get along real well. Keep on talking about that stuff, and you're gonna put me to sleep. Go down the stairs, because they're all the same.
Don't tell me what to do. I want to look at this book right here.
You want to look at 6.
I
not
did.
5.
I clicked that one.
You hovered around 5 though.
All right, 3 lights. Gotta change the bulbs. Now let me burn my fingers. Horrifically, because they've been going this entire time.
Oh, it's Shield Drake 5. Look at that.
You liked
Awesome. It works.
Way to go, Junpei. Good job, buddy.
Just where'd the R come in?
I
Oh,
don't.
that's how they made the R. Okay, no, I don't.
Yeah, no, there shouldn't be an R there. Because there's L's, but it's fine.
Yeah,
It's just
there's
they
something
don't.
projecting on the bottom.
These letters, they seem familiar. Oh, I wonder what it is.
Sheldrake. It's a file number written on LARP.
Are you fucking kidding me?
You have to click on the bottom, on the
You have to click. You mother.
Sheldrake 5?
I think I saw the rest of his collection somewhere.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, I think it was somewhere around here.
Let's go
No,
take a
you're
look.
not allowed to just guess.
Okay.
Sheldrake.
Have you heard of him? Sheldrake, I mean.
Yeah, Lotus told me about him.
There's a British biochemist named Sheldrake. He has a rather interesting theory.
It's the dog picture.
Morphogenetic field,
And the
which relies
Funyarimpa.
on the theory of morphic resonance.
Correct.
Really? From Lotus, huh?
Well, Clover also said something to me about that stuff.
She did?
Yeah, what was it?
The ability to access a morphogenetic field is affected by a couple of things. The first is epiphany, and the other is danger.
That girl. I told her not to tell anyone.
You did? Why?
Well,
Look, man, I didn't push it because we're in a hurry, but I'm kind of sick of this. How about you just tell me, okay?
I've had enough of your shit.
tell you what?
I know you've been stuck in a coffin this entire time, but like... my threshold for dealing with shit? Real low.
Don't give me that. About the experiment.
Ugh. Very well, fine. I'll tell you everything.
Here we go.
But not here. Let's move to the top floor.
Grab the goddamn Sheldrake book, you bitch.
I suppose I might as well start by telling you why I kept quiet, and why I made sure Clover did as well. To be honest, the explanation is quite simple. Zero told me not to. I had little choice. He didn't walk up and tell me, of course. He gave me a message engraved on a card.
That's a Braille card. It looks just like the one you showed us earlier. So you had 2 cards.
No, only one.
Huh? What do you mean? I thought that card just had some rules for the nonary game on it.
Yes, it did. And those were the rules I read you. However, they were not the only thing on the card. There was something I didn't read. Well, perhaps I should say, there was something I couldn't read.
And that was?
Tell no one of the events that took place 9 years ago. Tell, and I activate your sister's detonator. It's a on our lives.
Oh. Well, what about Clover? Did she get a message from Zero too?
I don't believe she did. But doesn't it strike you as strange that Zero would shut my mouth, but not hers?
Yeah.
To be on the safe side, however, I told her it was best not to tell anyone. Still, apparently she told you. That girl.
What's wrong with her telling me? I figured some stuff out with the things she told me. I mean, it looks like the whole activate her detonator thing was just a bluff. She's prancing around downstairs happy as a clam now that you're back.
That's very true. I've decided I can trust you. I've decided to tell you the truth. The chance that Santa is Zero is very high. I feel I can assume Santa doesn't have the time to observe us at the moment. And at any rate, even if he were, I very much doubt he would kill us.
Why?
Clover told me about the 4-leaf clover, about the words. If he knew about that, then he was in my group during the first experiment. I'm sure of it. He wouldn't kill us, no matter what the situation was.
Hey, Snake?
Yes, I know. You want to know what happened during the experiment.
Yeah.
How much do you know?
Clover told me about...
I see. The morphogenetic field in the experiments 9 years prior. How the experiments had taken place simultaneously at 2 locations, one being the ship and the other being a building in Nevada. And the girl that died during the experiment. She told you all that, did she? At any rate, I now know how much you've learned. All that remains for us to determine
is who did this and why, right?
Yes.
Can you tell me what happened?
Yes. The people who organized the initial experiment were from a company called Cradle Pharmaceuticals. There were 4 of them running the show. Gentaro Hongo, Nagisa Nijisaki, Teruaki Kubota, Kagachika Musashido.
That guy.
Hongo was the CEO of Cradle Pharmaceuticals.
And the captain's right there.
Nijisaki was his right-hand man, and did the lion's share of the planning.
Mustache.
And the guy that replaced
Kubota led the company's research and development division. Musashido was their majority stockholder. It was these 4 people who planned the initial experiment. Let me simplify it for you. Hongo designed it, and Nijisaki put it all together. Kubota developed the technology required, and Musashido provided the cash.
Huh, so it's Hongo, Nijisaki, Kubota, Musashido.
Of course, more than 4 people were required to conduct an experiment of this scale. To that end, they organized a top-secret team to assist them with their research. All in all, they gathered 10 people or so. Those 10 completed their team, and they were able to begin the project. They named it the Nonori Project. The purpose of the experiment was to research the prospect of controlling a human mind through sheer will. The vessel, I suppose you could say, for this control was the morphogenetic field.
Huh.
Why did the glycerin suddenly begin to crystallize? Why did the crystal structure of EDT undergo a sudden change? Why did the rats improve their puzzle-solving skills with each generation? Experiments with humans produce the same results. The more people who knew the answer to a question, the more there were who could answer correctly without having seen the problem before. Why is that? How could it happen? The answer is that the shape of the answer has been stored in a field invisible to the naked eye. And through that field, the resonant event transmits information related to that answer. That's essentially the idea behind morphogenetic fields.
But that's just a theory.
Can't bring yourself to believe it?
Shut up.
Yeah.
Let's say someone killed another person because the
didn't
devil
say
told them to do
nothing.
it. Whether the devil exists or not has no relevance to the murder. They believe the devil exists. Whether or not he does is immaterial.
So what matters here is that Hongo believed in the morphogenetic field.
That's right.
But I still don't get it. You said they wanted to figure out how to control people, right? That is what you were saying.
Yes.
So how are they going to do that with a morphogenetic field?
I'll keep it simple. Let's suppose 10,000 people have solved a certain problem. The chance of you knowing that answer, even if no one has told you, will go up. Let's have another example, shall we? Say 1 million people were to do a handstand right now. Tomorrow, the chances of you doing a handstand would be higher, even if you had heard nothing of this hypothetical mass handstanding. Mankind's thought process and actions are all part of a resonant event. All of the resonant events encoded in the fields are projected onto you. Of course, this assumes you believe in this theory. Do you follow so far?
Yeah.
Now, if there was a person who had the same effect as those millions of people, what would happen? If that one person were to do a handstand, other people would find themselves wanting to do handstands as well. Can you imagine what a person with powers like that would be able to do?
Come on, there's no way.
I'm not done. Imagine another scenario. Imagine another person. This is an ordinary person. Let's say he does a handstand. What if there was someone who could grab the resonant event he created by doing that and use it to make other people do handstands? What would happen then? A person who has the power to write to the field, and someone who can read from the same. You could think of them as the writer and the reader, or the transmitter and the receiver. What would the world be like if there were people with abilities like these?
So the transmitter's resonant event can be transmitted through the field and sent to the receiver. And then the transmitter can control the receiver however they wish. That's what you're saying, right?
Yes. Close enough, at least.
Come on, that's just crazy.
Well, if you want to prove that, then you'll have to test it first. At least, that was how they thought. That was why they decided to do their experiment. That was how the Nonori project began. By the way, Junpei, have you ever heard of the Ganzfeld Experiment?
Yeah, that was an experiment in telepathy, right? You place a pair of subjects in separate rooms. Then you show one a picture and ask the other what they see.
Interesting. I'm impressed. Yes, that is exactly correct.
So, why did you bring up the Ganzfeld experiment?
It was used to screen subjects for the Nonori project. The hospital in a remote town was affiliated with Cradle Pharmaceuticals. Hongo used it to conduct experiments on visiting children in secret. Some of them, he found, had potential. He began to gather children that showed promise. Children that seemed as though they might be able to access the field. Of course, none of them volunteered. They were kidnapped. There were 9 pairs of siblings taken, for 18 children total. For reasons that were not fully understood at the time, each pair had 1 transmitter and 1 receiver. They were split perfectly. As such, the 18 children were split into 2 groups of 9. The children who were put into Group Q were the ones who excelled at transmitting. They were transferred to the mock experiment building known as Building Q in the Nevada desert. The children who excelled at receiving were put in Group A. Group A was then placed on the former hospital ship Gigantic. From the experiments he had conducted so far, Hongo had learned the following. There are 2 things that can increase one's resonance with the fields. The first is epiphany. The other is danger. Have you ever been faced with an especially difficult problem and thought about it very long and very hard until finally an answer suddenly appeared in your mind? It may seem obvious to say so, but that is what is meant by epiphany. The information obtained through that epiphany can be easily transmitted through the fields, where it can be easily interpreted. Adding danger to that equation allows for even easier field access. That's where Hongo came in. They set up a number of puzzles across the Gigantic. The participants had to solve each one before they could move to the next room. Of course, he hadn't forgotten to include danger. He had detonated a bomb on the hull of the Gigantic. The children in Group A were forced to play the nonary game as the ship sunk. By forcing the children into a life-or-death situation, Hongo hoped to increase the likelihood of their tapping into the fields. The children from Group Q, on the other hand, were confined to the mock experiment building, Building Q. Building Q duplicated the interior and puzzles of the Gigantic exactly. Every detail was exactly the same. Hongo explained the situation to the children in Group Q. Solve the puzzles you find throughout the rooms. When you have the answers, transmit that information to the children in Group A. If you succeed, they will be able to solve the puzzles and escape. But if you fail, then the Gigantic will sink, and your brothers and sisters will drown. Those were his orders. Do you know why the astronauts of Apollo 13 were able to return to Earth safely? It was because NASA had access to a replica of the Apollo 13 capsule. All of the equipment, the instruments, everything. All of it identical. Everything was just like the real Apollo 13. NASA was able to replicate the situation the astronauts found themselves in. By putting themselves in the same situation, they attempted to solve the problems the astronauts were dealing with. Once they found solutions, they reported their findings to the men aboard the actual capsule. That was how they were able to return safely. It was the same with the Gigantic and Building Q. The children from Group Q had to use the power of epiphany to solve the puzzles they found and transmit what they learned through the fields. The children in Group A, however, they had to access the fields to learn how they might advance to the next stage. That is the simplest explanation I can manage.
Huh.
Hey, Junpei, Snake! How much longer are you two gonna sit around on those bony asses? Get down here already!
He's right. Let's go, shall we? We don't have much time. We need to get out of here, and soon.
Hold it. There's one more thing I want to ask you.
Hmm?
Are you sure that there were 18 kids?
Why?
Well, I thought it was only 16.
Oh, yes. That was what they said on the news, wasn't it? Yes. I have no doubt that 18 children were abducted and used in Hongo's experiment. After all, you couldn't exactly play a nonary game with any less, could you?
Well, yeah, but are you saying that the news got it wrong?
Yes, I am. There were 2 more children. However, they had no relatives that I'm aware of. I imagine no one filed a police report when they went missing. They were brother and sister, like Clover and I. The brother's name was Aoi. The sister's name was... Her name was Akane.
Huh?
That was the girl who died.
What?
Akane Kurashiki died 9 years ago? Then, who is June? No.
What?
No. It's impossible.
Accurate.
It can't be true. Akane isn't that uncommon of a name. If Snake had known her last name, that's a different matter entirely. So they share a name. A lot of other people do too. It doesn't mean anything. It was someone else. Of course it was. It has to be.
Is something wrong, Junpei? Your breathing sounds strange.
No, it's nothing.
Why does he hide
Let's
information?
get back down there, all right?
Why does he
I
hide
couldn't
it?
do it. Why didn't I ask? What's her last name? I just couldn't get the words to come out.
Akane wasn't even the one who was like, let's all use code names.
Santa was.
Uh-huh.
Who is Zero? We already know that.
I know, but we've known it for a while. Sheldrake. This is it. This is where the shadow picture was pointing to.
Ow, my tongue. Son of a bitch.
But didn't it say 5 at the end of the shadow picture?
Yes, I think we need to find the 5th volume.
It's right there.
There's no way that this would be an actual puzzle solution. Why? Because if there's a bunch of stuff, you move it.
If it looks weird, move it the fuck out of the way.
Big button. I think we should press button.
Holy Jesus, fuck. It's
Oh.
not what I thought would open.
That's what you get for thinking.
What was that sound?
It sounded like something really big was moving.
It came from the top floor.
Alright, let's go check it out. This button. Thick metal door. There's a handle in the middle of it, though. Keyboard in front of the
13,
numbers.
14.
And 4 Roman numerals on the wall. There's gotta be a hint of some sort. 13, 14, 10, and 13.
13.
They're all Roman numerals.
Do you think we just need to put in the numbers from the wall on the keyboard?
No, you can't. The keyboard doesn't have any number keys.
I know the answer.
You can't type in stuff like 3 or 4.
Ah. And that means...
I bet you gotta type something on that keyboard.
Yeah, but you can only enter letters.
And it looks like you could. And it looks like you only enter 4 letters.
Let's see how it works. Guess you need to hit enter once you type in the letters, and you can erase what you typed with control. That's
Clear.
Yeah, that makes more sense. Okay, I get the basic operations. Give it a shot.
Control is CNTR. Although it's right where the control button would be. Or CTRL. Sorry. What's the answer, Thaddeus?
It's all in hexadecimal.
Ow.
The answer's dead.
Why is space enter?
Yay!
Did space have enter on it, or did I just click the space bar and knew?
Space had enter on it.
Okay, because I didn't remember reading that.
Just shouldn't have.
You did it, Junpei! It's unlocked now!
Good job, Junpei.
Congratulate yourself.
Yourself.
Oh, yes, good.
Whoa there, don't get too excited.
Oh, not as good.
The password was dead, remember? This makes me think whatever's waiting for us isn't good.
So what? Jeez. You're such an old lady. You can't be worrying about stuff like that. I mean, come on. We gotta unlock, didn't we? Let's go. Hurry up.
You just completely missed the word "to."
Wait, what? There's the word two?
We got it to unlock, is what she said.
Alright, Handle, it's time we got this over with. Rarg. Damn it. Can't get it open. This thing won't even budge.
What? Why not? We put in the password. What else do we have to do?
Then that means...
It's the other door. Alright, let's get this thing open.
Step, step, step.
You found it.
Fucking finally.
The
All right,
library
this is
was
the next.
an opponent. Oh man. Oh man.
Jesus.
Jesus Christ.
Fucking Christ.
Listen, I know the first words of this video are let's finish this, but I don't really want to go for another 6 hours.
I don't know. It's up to y'all. I'm good for whatever.
I got stuff.
They got stuff to do.
I got stuff to do too.
That's why I said y'all have stuff to do. You can't be up for forever. It's
Yeah, the
already-
fuck I can. Let's go.
It's already 4 in the morning.
It's
It's
already
4:30.
Ah, even better. Alright. Gonna call it here. We might manage it next time. Might not. We'll fucking see. How
They
do
might
I
extend all the cast again.
save? Save. Save. Saved. Cool.
We're about to finish this whole motherfucking thing.
Yeah, we'll get to it, but it was a lot more than I thought it was. I am human. Require rest. We do not want to be going at puzzles that amount of half-cocked.
I mean, if they're as easy as that fucking library puzzle, as long as we don't take 4 years reading weird-ass book titles, we'll be
Yeah.
fine.
That was my favorite part. Padding out the runtime.
That, literally, we could have done more if you didn't do that.
Yeah. But no. Let's call it here.
It took
They
us
are
2
interesting
hours.
They were interesting titles.
It took us 2 hours to read them,
No,
though.
it didn't. I only started this recording at the start of that. We're only an hour in. So, ha. It starts
Still,
with false confidence.
An
and then-
hour! That's still an hour! That
It-
could have been 5 minutes!
It 100% took an hour. Alright.
You had to find all the books. You had to find all the books. The pop-up books, I mean.
Listen, you never know what sparks
they
a cutscene.
And they looked way different than all the other books. You could see them from a mile
You
away.
never know what sparks a cutscene.
I don't care.
Alright,
You also had to find the light bulb.
we're out. Have a good one. We'll get this wrapped up eventually, I promise.
We'll get it wrapped up.